We're rolling. Hello, Lanette.
Hello, Beth.
One of the things I say to the students when we do our awkward beginning bits, to make it less awkward, generally there's something about making it clear who we are and how we know each other. Because a lot of my students are interviewing other friends or family members that they know really well.
Sure.
So just in case they haven't picked up yet, you're my sister.
Yes,
Yeah?
indeed.
Yeah, another sister being interviewed, and I'm very grateful for you to do this on Easter Day.
Pleasure.
Yeah. Have you had any chocolate yet today?
No, not today, but last night we did.
You did?
Yeah.
Did Easter Bunny come?
It's very early, like as in a few days ago, yes.
Really? You were so good that Easter Bunny came early.
Indeed. Indeed.
Well, when you said early, that just made me think of early this morning when my son woke up and got very excited at 5 a.m. to find that there was Easter eggs at the end of his bed.
Oh.
And then he wanted to go and share them with his cousins who were fast asleep.
Oh.
So I had to bring him back into bed and just calm him down. And we're now sitting on the bed and it's got chocolate all under the covers. But anyway.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
Auntie Cass will be very happy.
Yeah, she will. She's pretty good like that. She's understanding.
I know.
So the purpose of the interview today is we're going to do a whiz-bang example of doing an interview with an introduction, a middle bit and an ending.
Sure.
And I've chosen a topic of conversation, or we've discussed a topic of conversation together that isn't going to cause distress or harm.
Sure.
If it does cause you distress or harm and you feel those feelings coming up,
I can slap you.
You're my sister, you sure can. Or in some way signal to me that you would like the interview to finish.
Okay.
Sound good?
Sound good.
All right. So, Lan, the topic of this conversation is, we're generally going to talk about your work, but I'm going to get to a place of asking you where you'd like to be in your work in about, 2-3 years' time.
Sure.
Sound good?
Yeah, sounds good.
So will we kick it off by me asking you about your work? What kind of work do you do?
I'm a Pilates instructor.
What does that entail?
Oh, it's so very honest. It just involves me teaching other people Pilates, I guess, Pilates exercises. So it involves me initially assessing clients when they come in. So we look at postural assessments, medical backgrounds, their goals, etc., why they want to do Pilates, and then as we go through an assessment process, also formulating a bit of a program for them, and then I usually go away and do formulate a program. And Pilates is a form of exercise, so it involves organising a program that is exercise based around the Pilates method, and then when they return, it's about teaching them where I've decided to start them at, and then progressing them forwards from there.
So you're doing an assessment and then developing the plan for them, and that plan, is that something that grows and changes over time?
Absolutely. And because I've been teaching, I've had a studio for 18 years, so we've got people who have been with us for 18 years. So
really?
Yeah, so throughout that time it changes.
Cool.
It has certainly changed.
Pilates has changed, or their program has changed?
No, I do think my approach to Pilates has changed, and they've definitely changed.
Does that mean that no two programs are the same with your...
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. So how is it you know how to develop a program?
It's a good question. The Pilates method it's a system of exercise, so that there are thousands of exercises, but we generally know standard exercises that are of a basic level, intermediate level and an advanced level, and so it is a matter of just ferrying around and graduating people through different exercises to help them develop a better body, better coordination, more strength, whatever it is, greater flexibility, whatever it is we need to help them achieve, and gradually work through the repertoire. So, they get to a point where they've experienced a huge amount of repertoire in their lifetime of doing Pilates or whatever, and hopefully, developed whatever it is, skills or whatever their body has needed or needs.
You started off by describing yourself as a Pilates instructor, and then you mentioned that you've owned your own business for quite some time. How long have you been managing your business?
Yeah, so for 18 years. So
18 years.
yeah, and I've been through the whole gamut of being a sole trader, being working in a partnership, being a company with another director, buying out that other director, and now I'm director of 2 Pilates companies, which is great.
So as well as doing the hands-on instructing work, you're also director of companies.
Yeah, yep. So the studio or studios that I own, so I at one stage owned 3 studios and then gradually sold off the other 2 under license to some of my instructors, which has been really lovely, and to see them develop and grow. So, sort of director of a group, I guess, of studios, which
Yeah.
is great, and then the other one is a training organisation. So one of the directors of a training organisation that's a national training organisation that specialises in Pilates.
Oh my goodness! So there's the training, there's the actual hands-on Pilates training, but in addition to that, you're running your business, you're employing other people and managing other people, and then you're involved in developing the training and then training the trainers.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Goodness
It's
me.
quite fun.
What else are you doing and fitting into your work role?
No, that's probably about it. So yeah, which is cool.
Do you have to do ongoing training yourself?
Yes, definitely, and that's why I often go overseas. And so it's been lovely to develop a really lovely network of great people overseas. So people in the Pilates community, the people who worked with Joe Pilates, and he died in 1967, they're called elders. So they worked with him or under him. And so just gradually developing some relationships with elders or first generation, they're also known as, and then people who worked directly and under and with these first generation or elder people are called second generation. So there's been quite a few really wonderful second generations too that I've managed to develop great relationships with, and that's helped me understand more deeply the method, etc. So that's been wonderful. So yep, the education's ongoing. The other thing is that we're heading more scientifically. We need some validation for the method now. So because a lot of the evidence is very anecdotal and a lot of the scientific studies that have been done are pretty poor. So consequently, we're now heading into the realms of higher education, and so certainly that's where my path is certainly headed.
Oh,
Which is good fun.
yeah. So you started out doing your own individual training and developed your business and then became involved in the broader training parts, the training services for train the trainer, other trainers, employing them. Now you're building your own networks as you continue to grow your own training skills, and you're part of an endeavour into, how did you describe it, the scientific basis?
Validation.
Validation.
Yeah. Which I think all complementary medicines or health areas certainly need to go to move forward in the future. So as the little cottage industry that is Pilates has grown around the world, there's that requirement now definitely in order for us to continue to grow effectively, or else again we could possibly risk just maintaining or even becoming smaller in the future.
So do you have a bit of a dream or a vision about where you'd like to be in 2 years' time with your work?
Yeah, hopefully I'll be finished so I'm back at uni doing exercise science. So part of the company that the training company I'm involved with, we managed to articulate our advanced diploma to be recognised by the University of Canberra, and that's the first of its kind in the world to actually have formal recognition for a Pilates qualification, which is lovely, by a higher education body. So I'm halfway through my second year, and it's a 4-year degree, so hopefully in 2 years' time I'll be done with that, but hopefully moving into, we've got a big scientific study that I'm heading from the Pilates end at the moment, so our goal is to have that completed by the end of next year. Wow. So that will mean a fair bit of writing for the sort of the beginning of that following year for journals.
So you're juggling the research as well as the academic study?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay.
Ooh. And what we'll do when we finish this example for the students is then use some of the scaling tools to look at where you hope to be, where you are now, where you hope to be, just so students get a sense of what we mean by them in practice.
Sure.
I'll just do a very dodgy version of that.
Okay.
Sound good?
Sounds good.
All right. This has been a really nice, super speedy pathway through Lan and her career to date. So we've looked at starting off as a trainer, having your own business, employing other staff, getting involved in the training of that other staff and becoming a part of an RTO, the changes of your own career in businesses. You said sole trader and then partnerships and then directors of companies and then back again to a smaller model.
Yep.
Is that right? Yep. Yep. And how now your passion or your direction for your energies in further developing the scientific evidence base for Pilates for the very real outcomes that happen.
Yep, absolutely. Perfect.
Exciting. Was there anything I've left out that you think you'd
No.
like to add?
No, you've listened very well.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Is there anything that comes to mind that you'd really like to add before we finish the interview?
No.
No.
No, apart from I'm a mummy, and
You're
that's a very important part of
mum.
my life too. So there you go.
Yes. And would you like to say anything more about being a mum?
No.
Just that you are.
Yeah.
Just an acknowledgement. Yeah. And he's a beautiful boy too. Yet another beautiful boy. Alrighty. One of the things I ask the students is to give a bit of, to ask their interviewee if they have a bit of feedback to give. It's often a really awkward question to ask because most people that you interview are just too nice to give feedback other than, yes, good, fine, great.
No,
But I thought, you're my sister and sisters can usually give each other brutal feedback, so
Yes.
I'm just going to go for the jugular. Do you have any feedback you'd like to give on this experience?
Yes, you very, I really mean it when I said you listened very well, you paraphrased very well, and you give it all back to me very well. So no, you were very, very good. All good.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Oh, and I've just loved it. It's really hard to find the time to capture, to sit down with someone that you know and love dearly and actually hear about their lives without it being about...
Yeah,
So it's been a real
agree.
pleasure.
likewise.
All right, let's go and enjoy our cuppers
Yay.
and we'll be ready for part 2.
Yes.
Bye.